Jesus uses the phrase Son of Man. This is the healing. We're all familiar with the story of the healing of the man with the bed, but it just meant that he had like a little mobile, we would call it a mobile device, right? Picked up by his friends. But listen to verse 9. This is Matthew chapter 9. So if you're taking notes, Matthew chapter 9, verse 6. But so that you may know, this is Matthew chapter 9, verse 6. But so that you may know that the Son of Man, when people say Jesus never said that he was the Messiah, he just uses the phrase from Daniel chapter 7, verses 13 and 14. Jesus used the phrase, and he says this, but that you may know, Matthew chapter 9, verse 6, so that you may know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins. Then he said to the paralytic, get up, pick up your bed, and go home. Now let me ask you a question. This may be a rhetorical question. And you can say the answer out loud if you want. $25,000 pyramid. Remember, this is your bonus question. Who has the authority to forgive sins? Not the sins when my wife and I argue. Not the sins when you go into the booth. I'm talking about actually having the ability to wipe the slate. When a resident says something or a staff member says something nasty to you, and you forgive them, sir, are you really wiping out the slate? Or are you just saying our relationship is back to where it was from before? You can forgive your husband. You can forgive your wife. But are you really wiping the slate clean? You can forgive your children in that sense. But are you really wiping out their mistake? Are you really wiping their slate clean? We're celebrating Juneteenth today. Sins. Who has the authority to forgive sins? In the beginning was the what? Word. John chapter 1, verse 1. This is where it's going to. Daniel chapter 7. Now we're in John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the what? Word. And the Word was with God. Theos. And the Word was God. Theos. And Theos became flesh. He was in eternity, and he stepped into time and space. That's John 1, chapter 14. And the Word became flesh. So, I'm going to ask you the question again. Rhetorical question. Who has the authority to forgive sins? So, Jesus was not telling the man, everything is going to be okay, I forgive you. That's not what the cross is about. The cross is doing what Leviticus and those blood sacrifices were only doing and temporary. So when the high priest came and he did the sacrifice of the pigeons, and he did the sacrifice of the lambs, and he did the sacrifice of the sheep and the goats and all that other stuff on the altar, and all that blood was going on, it was temporary. Jesus came to fulfill the book of Leviticus on the cross, and he says to the man, I'm going to read it again, Matthew chapter 9, verse 6, but so that you may know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins. Then he said to the paralytic, get up, pick up your bed, and go home. So Jesus was saying, even though you can walk out of your wheelchair, that's not the greater miracle. The greater miracle is to actually wipe the slate clean. That's the cross. See, I can't wipe the slate clean for Dorothy. When she says, honey, it's okay, I forgive you, she's just saying, we're going to talk again and we're going to have a relationship like husband and wife. That's all she's doing. If I say, Dorothy, I forgive you, that's all we're doing. You can say that to your child, but all you're doing is restoring your relationship with your child or your grandchild. But you're not doing this with that person's sin. See this? Is there anything on it? When they made that mistake, when they went to jail or did the drugs or hurt you in whatever way they did, this is what it looks like, right? And you say, you walk into the jail and you walk and you're looking through the TV and you say, honey, it's okay. I'm going to be here when you're done. I love you. You're my son, my granddaughter, whoever you are. And you can say that. But you're still not wiping this clean. There's only one who can wipe it clean. And that's Jesus. Amen? He's the one that wipes it clean. So he says, so that you may know, back to Matthew chapter 9, verse 6, so that you may know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins. He said to the paralytic, get up, pick up your bed, and walk. That was the point. So it wasn't even the man getting up from the bed. That wasn't the great thing. The great thing is that the paralytic man, just like the rest of us, have this. The sheet is full. And Jesus wipes it clean because of the cross. 49 times Jesus said, and all in reference, you can look it up, 49 times, one way or the other, he said, so that you may know that the Son of Man, I am the Son of Man, that the Son of Man, and he kept saying it about himself. Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. So in the Aramaic, it says Ben Isha, that's the Son of Man. In Hebrew, it's Kabar Inish, the Son of Man. And then in the Greek, it's Hutos to Apolarudo, the Son of Man. Jesus said he is the Son of Man. So if you hear anybody, politician or anybody else on YouTube, your family or whoever it is, tell them, look up Daniel chapter 7, verses 13 and 14, and Jesus used that phrase 49 times. 49 times Jesus said, Son of Man. So I'm going to say it again. I'm going to read it again. Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. I kept looking in the night visions, and behold, with the clouds of heaven, one like a son of man was coming. And he came up to the Ancient of Days and was presented before him. And to him was given, singular. In the Hebrew, him is singular. His is singular. To him was given dominion, glory, and a kingdom, that all the peoples, nations, and men of every language may serve him. And his dominion is an everlasting dominion which will not pass away, and his kingdom is one which will not be destroyed. Does that sound like somebody who's not claiming to be the Son of Man? Okay? And I'm going to read you